Hello, everyone. 42 CEO commentary back here with another video. Excited to be back. I know it was a little bit of time. I was pretty busy getting some stuff done, but consistency is going to return. Honestly, I wasn't really that inconsistent anyways. It was just a tiny bit longer break than normal, but I've come back with good news. Nettspend has a tour on the way. I know you're probably like, what? He just did a tour in December. Well, yeah, he has a tour planned and announced for March through April, which is kind of around when the man himself, Osama-san, is also doing a tour. This one's going a little bit before Osama-san, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yes, Nettspend has a tour on the way. Now, he technically didn't announce it himself, but my trusty little inside sources were able to find some links and get some good information. Now we have that, and I'm going to share everything with you guys date-wise. So, as you can see, before this tour starts, Rolling Loud, Los Angeles is happening. Nettspend will be performing. From there, Nettspend will be in Santa Ana on March 19th. Then it'll be San Diego March 20th, Tempe, Arizona March 21st, which there's an interesting point about that venue I want to talk about. Minneapolis, Minnesota, March 27th. Cleveland, Ohio, March 30th. Detroit, Michigan, March 31st. April 2nd is Boston, Massachusetts. And finishing off with New Jersey, April 8th. North Carolina, April 9th. And Tampa, Florida, April 10th. So pretty solid list of tour dates right there. We got about 12, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be happening, as I said, March, kind of end, mid-March to April. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with album. Does Nettspend drop an album before that or not? We can get into that. But I want to talk about the venues specifically first. And I want to talk about one thing for two different venues. So first of all, see this Boston, Massachusetts venue right here. Very interesting kind of insight from one of my viewers. Apparently the Boston venue is going to be 21 plus, which I find kind of weird when you consider Nettspend as a rapper is only 17. And then also, when you look at his average age of fans, I mean, there are definitely some, 19, 20-year-olds in there. So 18 plus, I think, is fine. But 21 plus, I'm like, huh? Of course he has over 21-year-old fans. It just, I don't know. It was kind of weird. Strike me as weird. But maybe you can go with the parents' permission. I'm not really sure the specifics. I won't be at the Boston show. In terms of shows I'm actually going to, I'm deciding right now between Santa Ana, California and San Diego, California. I'm letting my story decide it. So when this video actually gets uploaded, you guys can vote on my story as well. I think right now San Diego is winning, and it seems to be clearly in the forefront. So we'll see what happens. But pretty interesting. Anyways, what I want to talk about with Tempe, Arizona. You're probably wondering why I want to talk about it. Well, there's actually something interesting about this. From my good friend Lewis, who actually is on the 42 team. Shout out you, Lewis. He told me that Playboi Carti has performed there after Die Lit, which is actually pretty insane if you think about it. Not only that, Lil Tecca performed there last year. If you think about Lil Tecca 1 year ago, and you think about Playboi Carti after Die Lit, you think mainstream rappers. You think about Nettspend this year, I would say you should think of a mainstream rapper right now. And that's just my take, that's just my opinion. But if he's doing venues that other big artists are doing and selling them out, or at least selling a high volume of tickets, you got to consider a mainstream at that point. And I mean, we haven't seen the ticket sales yet, but I can assume, right, ticket sales are going to be solid. And that's if even he doesn't drop a album. And talking about albums, I think we're getting an album out of him. I really do. I mean, this tour starts March 19th. It's currently January 29th. We have a month and about 3 weeks until that date. That is the perfect amount of time for an album rollout. I mean, theoretically, he could drop during the tour. He could drop after the tour, right? But I think in terms of getting hype, it makes sense. And not only that, but he started to promote the album. When he was in the car, on tour, he got out of the car with a bunch of fans surrounding the car. He said, Virginia Creeper, my next album, soon. And you could take that with a grain of salt, right? And be like, okay, right, let's wait until we actually get it before we make speculations. But then he changed his Instagram bio to Virginia Creeper, okay? And now he's added on this whole tour, which This is real, by the way. I know he hasn't announced it yet, but it is real. His team has confirmed it with me. I have real confirmation. So it's happening, okay? I think that is pointing to an album. And so I do think an album will drop before the tour. Now, when do I think it'll drop? Maybe mid-February, late February. Could be late, honestly, March. I really don't know. But I still think it's going to happen. Now, I don't want to be negative about what I'm about to say, but if Nettspend does actually drop an album, and then, of course, goes on this tour, I feel as if, and I hate to say this, he's kind of leaving Nettspend in the dust. Or sorry, Osama-san in the dust. Because if you think about it, right, since let's go to September. Let's go to September date. From September to April, Osama-san would have dropped one album and done one tour. But Nettspend will have done 2 tours and potentially 2 albums. Now, BAFK, Jump Out are very comparable in the sense of they're both very well done projects. I don't know which one I like more. I love the BAFK. I love Jump Out, okay? But if Nettspend has 2 albums, right, and Osama-san only has 1 in the way more recent time, then unless the new album Virginia Creeper is an absolute flop, it's going to be hard for Osama-san fans to really attach themselves to Jump Out because they're already focused on what Nettspend has going on. And so that kind of creates like a lot of issues for Osama-san. And I honestly think Osama-san's probably going to hold off another year until he drops. I couldn't see him dropping until end of 2025. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does decide to drop. Maybe this kind of gives him the pep in his step to actually drop. But I really don't know. Anyways, for us Nettspend fans, I think it's really looking up. But I know that Osama-san and Nettspend fans are very like intermingled, right? It's a very wide array of a lot of people being fans of both. So I think that's okay. But still wanted to talk about it and just get your guys' thoughts. Are you guys planning on going to the Nettspend tour though? And are you excited for a potential album Virginia Creeper on the way soon? I'm very excited. I think it's going to be an amazing time and I can't wait, honestly. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'll be back with more commentary videos coming back. I'm very excited. Hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves though, and make sure to tune into my Twitch live every day. My other main YouTube channel, I'm having a video there every day. And of course, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, everything. It's all linked in this channel. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy.